hello everyone. Good afternoon. Thanks for making effort to come today. My name is Steven. Our group subject is driverless transport in Singapore. Okay, here we go. I want to introduce the background. I want to introduce the background first. The driverless transport, sometimes also called self-driving cars or automated vehicle controlled by computers. Our research question is, how do Singaporeans think about the driverless transport? As we all know, Singapore is one of the countries which has the most convenient traffic in the world. The second picture showed the first driverless taxi, robo-taxi, tested in Singapore in August 2016, this year. The development of technology is also the reason why Singapore can be a very rich country. The two graphs is from the website. I searched two graphs. Another survey of website. It shows the people's opinion from other countries about driverless transport and this kind of technology. 我没讲完。Sorry. We also want to know if people will be able to suitable at the surrounding environment with the rapid technology and the high development. Our survey question has 5. We want to it includes how many people have heard of the driverless transport before. Do people think of the driverless transport will be popular in the future? Do people think lots of people will lose their job because of the driverless transport? Do people think of the driverless transport is safe? I think it's the most important question. And which of these forms of driverless transport do people know about? We can, from these questions, know about people's real opinion about the driverless transport and the type technology things. Okay, next I want to introduce Branson. Going to introduce his part about the results and our survey places. Thank
you. Well, my name is Dwayne. Now I'm going to introduce my part. Firstly, all group members want to have a better understanding of driverless transport, so we made the survey in city area. It is difficult for us because we do the things this first time, but luckily there are totally 15 people to help us to complete the survey. Considering the high flow of people and the transport convenience, so we decided to do the survey in Orchard and Summerside. We made to interview 18 males and 38 females to make the survey more accurate. At the beginning, from our past experience, we used to think the males should be interested in driverless transport than female. However, what make us surprised is females show more interest in driverless transport than males. They asked us some questions such as, Is journalist transport safe? How many forms of journalist transport in Singapore? And so on. Branson will give his answer. Branson will give answer in his part. What is more, I also find some information from the internet. Is that on 25 August 2016, in Singapore had an open label trial of a robot taxi. This is first time in world. It make perfect sense to me, because in the future, if this technology are more mature, it should be useful for us, for people who cannot drive, and we also have more time to do other things. It means you don't need focus on drive. You can play mobile phone, reading newspaper, or deal with your own things. As for age range, 76% of interviewees, about 38 people, are between 15 to 23 years old. 20% of them are about 10 people are between 23 to 14 years old, and only 2 of them are over 14 years old. We also considering about occupation. There were 31 students, 3 housewives, 8 officers, and 8 workers. Most of the students were interested in journalist transport. In my case, I also think so, because I believe that in the future, journalist transport will give us, it's going to give us some different situations and knowledge, included affect the volume of jobs, safety question, and whether it will be popular in the future. Next, I like to interview my group member Branson to make his presentation for you. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Branson, and then I will talk about the survey result from the survey. Firstly, if Singapore people heard or know the travelers transport, we can see from the graph that about 35 people know or heard travelers transport, and 15 people they don't know. I think because more people choose they heard or know because Singapore already have travelers transport, so they may seen or take travelers transport already. And the next question is which type of the travelers transport that Singapore know. The most popular one in Singapore is MRT, and the second one is cars, and the third one is buses. And I think maybe the reason people know MRT more because Circle Line in Singapore is driverless, and many people take Circle Line, so people know MRT better. And then is each type of travelers transport situation in Singapore. The first one is MRT, and as I just said, the most famous one in Singapore is the Circle Line. The next is the LRT, and some people also don't know Singapore have driverless MRT. I think some people don't know because they have car or just take taxi. And then the next one is the cars and taxi. I think more than half of people say they don't know because
people have car or take taxi, they are a driver or the taxi have driver, so they not curious about the driver question. And the third one is the bus. We can say the larger majority of people say they don't know because nearly all buses in Singapore have a driver, and they never take a driverless bus, so they choose don't know for their answer. And then there is the safe problem about the driverless transport. Many people, 25 of people say they think driverless transport is dangerous, not safe, because they maybe have some computer problem about the driverless transport. The computer control the driverless system may break down, and then so it will make accident happen. The next question is the job for question. We see the many people say people will not lose their job because of the driverless transport, because driverless transport will make a driver lose their job, but at the same time the driverless transport also will offer some job like repair the cars and the care of the driverless system for the driverless. And the next question is if the driverless transport will popular in the future. I think this depends on some things, because the first problem is how the development of the driverless transport. If they have the development of driverless transport is well, the safe problem can solve and make sure the driverless transport is safe. So people will take the driverless transport, and it will become popular. And the next one, it will make the driverless transport public or not is the government. I think because if government say people can use driverless transport, then the public transport will the driverless transport will popular. And if the government don't want the driverless transport driving on the road, they can make a law and prevent driverless transport, so it will not popular in the future. I think that's my part, and let's welcome Ju.
Good afternoon. Our presentation is quite long, so few minutes more concentrate our presentation. Today, I take part in conclusion and then summary. Today I will talk about our survey about driverless transportation system in Singapore. Most of we gather some information, 50 response from who are the Singaporean. Sorry. The main findings were as follows. The majority of response who are think about the driver transportation systems they think it negatively because many people think it was not come to Singapore, and then most of people think it was not working so hardly, and then some people think driverless transportation system will be helpful to other people. But in some areas, they think it's helpful from our survey, especially in the job cases. Some response things is positively to think because it provides lots of employments, hence driverless transportation systems are not correctly defined in Singapore, but most of people think negatively, so it can be more find the research or this kind of thing. Next, this is our references. Actually, we borrow some ideas from these references. These references is the University of Michigan. It's talk about driverless transportation system and automated vehicles. So if you want to try to see this one, and then you can watch it. Next. Do you have any questions about our